think of love, you only think of love in that sense, in the romantic sense. Yeah,
okay.
where now you're thinking there has to be this partner, we loving each other and all that.
The love that corrects you. Mentors who challenge you. Friends who discipline out of protection.
Yes.
Friends who call you out gently, and growth orientated love versus comfortable love.
I love and enjoy that. That's
Yeah.
why I say it with passion that I'm passionate about this, because I understand the love that goes with it.
For sure.
All right. Like I was saying, I'm seeing good things to come before he can see them. Do you understand? Because I'm his mentor. So I'm supposed to see things, and it's my duty to show it to him.
Welcome to EmoteCast. Feel deeper.
Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of EmoteCast. I am your host and aspiring psychologist, Lesedi Mathebula. This is the beginning of loving yourself. Welcome home. And I'm with my lovely co-host, Sophy Sithole.
Hello, Lesedi.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay, thanks.
Hello, lovely family. I'm Sophy Sithole, your life coach, relationship coach, and your passionate motivational speaker. I'm from Better You, and I'm also a co-host here at EmoteCast.
And behind the camera, we have Tato.
Daring to do an introduction.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Just Tato who's talking, Yeah, so in March.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then February is known as, before time, I didn't ask you, how are you?
I'm great, Lesedi. I'm
Yeah.
super. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Nice,
I'm okay.
nice.
Yeah. So as I was saying, February is known as the month of love,
Yeah.
right? And how was it for you?
It was okay. It was okay. There wasn't any hectic traffic vibes that were happening. Not that I expected it, but then it was okay for me.
was okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I think my understanding of it's clearer and it's where I want it to be. So, awesomeness
Your understanding of the month of love.
of the month of love. Yes.
Oh, explain
yes.
it to us.
Okay, I get on a body Valentine's vibes and all that. Where there's traffic, we're doing this, we buying that, we go in there. My personal understanding of it and practice of it, it's I don't want to say it's completely different, because I want to believe that there's also people who feel like they want to celebrate it like that.
Okay.
So for me, it's like those daily sentimentals acts. They are the thing, I don't see why it's on the day, because why?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
some people see the reason, and we respect that.
For sure. I think it's the same. However, I also think social media or people have pushed this image that if you're not getting 100 bouquet of flowers or roses that day or that month, then you're not loved,
Yeah.
If it's from your friend, you're not loved. Or if you're not going out on those, they call it galentines, brunch or lunch or whatnot, then your friends don't love you, or your significant other doesn't love you. Whereas the way we're lang, it's sometimes the daily sentiments, like making a cup of tea because you see that I'm not feeling well, or for breakfast, or because you see that, okay, no, mutaka sharp, so because he or she is napping. So Lena, I see it that way. And now my month was good. I think every month is just filled with love. So it's the same. It's the same. Yeah.
Okay.
So diving on to today's topic, it's the love we don't talk about. Which is what we sort of shared. So the first one is, who told us love only looks like romance? So in our minds, in most cases, when we think of love, but in most cases, when we think of love, we think of romantic things, right? We think of getting moto, and then the acts of love would be more or less romance, like what we see in the movies, what we read about in the books, and the music video.
Those two.
Yeah. So what about love that is not romantic, like friends, family, mentors, teachers, because I believe there's a lot of love that is being given by people.
There's a lot.
Yes, however, maybe because you're so fixated on the romantic love, you're not receiving the other types of love.
Yeah, but I think it's true, because now I think that's how we were brought up.
Okay.
To say when you think of love, you only think of love in that sense, in the romantic sense. Yeah,
okay.
Where now you're thinking there has to be this partner, we loving each other and all the chemistry vibes. I think that's how we were brought up, and we were taught to believe that is the only love that exists.
For sure. Yeah. So it would also fall under social conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
But actually, you are saying now that there's actually love that we don't talk about. Yeah?
Friends, family. However, we'll get to dissect Bila.
Okay.
So another one is that I think being single, or people think or people believe, and somehow social media also pushes this agenda that just because you're single means you're unloved.
Yeah.
And some people do feel that way. Because I get namut, that means I'm not loved.
Yeah.
But what about your children,
Yeah.
your mother, your father? The way I'm talking.
What about yourself?
Yeah, what about yourself? Yes. What about yourself?
Yeah. But it's actually sad what you're saying, because people will be thinking that because I'm single, therefore I'm incomplete.
Yeah.
Or there's something wrong with me, or I'm lifeless. There's so much to life than actually just that part of life, the romantic relationship and all that. So I think you're touching on something important there.
But I also think it's how we were brought up.
Yeah,
I don't know, but whereas just because you're not married, then we're not gonna respect your opinions. And we said like maybe it's family matters. That uncle that is married can respect an opinion more than the one that's single or isn't married. So it's the way we were brought up, and then we've sort of inherited that even today. So you have a point. The pressure to find your person instead of appreciating your people. So I think it just generalizes what we were talking about. And then love as safety, not just chemistry. So there's a thing called feeling butterflies or butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah. Chemistry and things.
Yeah. So I've learned that the butterflies in your stomach are not a feeling of love, but it's actually anxiety. So in most cases, we're mistaken the butterflies in my stomach for love, whereas it's not love. We should be feeling safe when you're with someone, That I think that those butterflies maybe might be and then we're getting to know each other. But why is it that maybe it's every time? Why is it that? Is it because I'm experiencing anxiety in the relationship?
It's actually because of adrenaline.
Yes,
Adrenaline. Yes. And also what you said, anxiety. Because now with time, that thing is not there. So that's where you get to actually define the term love. Okay, because you get to a point where you have to be content. And you have to get to a point where I always say to people when I'm coaching that it's important to let your partner compliment you and not complete you. Going back to what you were saying about single people, to say if you are single, you feel like something's wrong with you, you are incomplete, you are living an abnormal life and all that. But the most important part is that the love part of your life in terms of romance, you have to get to that point where you feel like, now I'm content. I am complimented and not completed. Because your partner cannot complete you. If as an individual, you don't have self-love and you don't feel like you are content on your own, then your partner will not be able to do what you're missing on your own. So now with time, going back to what you were saying, that's adrenaline rush, that's anxiety to say, now, is this people gonna stay with me? Am I on the right track and all that? But once you get to a point that you understand this relationship is what I want and it's going where I want it to be, then you don't get those anymore. You are just content, and then you are able to can come.
So you feel emotionally safe in a way?
Yes, because that's something that has to come with love.
For sure.
You have to feel emotionally safe. Yes.
Yeah, I think emotionally and mentally,
True.
Because if I can't share my thoughts, then I won't be able to share my emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then talking about romanticizing, I think what you said is more or less romanticizing your life as an individual, whether drinking water or taking a walk or drinking that cup of tea. You get to romanticize it, and then you won't need someone to romanticize your life.
So it's like what I always say to people, that self-love for me, when I coach, it goes deeper than actually taking yourself out for lunch, or maybe that warm bath with Bibles and all that. It goes deeper than that. It goes to a point where you have to be happy when you're with you.
Okay.
When you get to a point where you must be excited to spending time with you.
Yourself.
Like you sharing your thoughts with you must excite you. Those self-affirmations that you do with yourself to say, look, I'm complete, I love myself, I'm happy with me. That is what I consider as self-love, deeper than what one would think, like to say I'm just by me, a warm bath and all that. It's deeper than that. Getting excited to cook yourself that full meal and dine by yourself. That's self-love, I think.
But how does one, let's say I don't know how to go about it. How would you advise me to go about it? Like loving myself and being able to sit with my thoughts, or being comfortable, not even comfortable, being excited to sit with my thoughts, to be able to get the like that. How do I go about it?
The first thing is, how do you know that you don't love yourself? That's where it starts. All right.
Oh, the negative self-talk.
Yes. Okay, the negative self-talk. And also, if you find yourself not wanting to be by you or by yourself, then you know there's something that you're running away from. So that's where you start. Try and find out, what is it that I'm escaping from? And then once you get to it, then you get to learn ways, what you're saying now. How do you now start to love yourself? Spend at least 10% extra of the time that you would normally spend with yourself. It's definitely uncomfortable. But you are now taking steps to self-loving you, right? So that's what you do. You a point where you normally would just take your phone and scroll or whatever, just ignore the edge for like extra 2 minutes. Tomorrow it's like 3 minutes. And then before you know it, you won't even mind if your phone is, the battery's died or whatever for 10 minutes, because you get to the point where you enjoy spending time with you. You know that point where you feel like someone is asking you, you are mostly by yourself, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but now I'm not anymore, because now you're coming into my space. You understand? Get to that point. Not that there's anything wrong with spending time with other people, love that we don't talk about, like you said, but I think that's how it starts. And if you can do those, definitely you're into it.
And then Engo, you said instead of scrolling down your phone, I think it's difficult, especially when you're addicted to scrolling, like this endless scrolling. I would say but you just keep on scrolling on TikTok,
The next thing you've been on the phone for 3 hours.
And then you have to like get busy. So you're right. Maybe just take 2 minutes away from that, and then if somehow it's uncomfortable, do that 2 minutes for maybe a week. Once you get used to it, you'll increase the minutes. Yeah. And then love as safety. I say that, not just chemistry. Working on eggshells around someone. So there are those people where you have to act as if you're walking on eggshells because you don't know when they will snap. You don't know how they will receive whatever you're saying or your eggshells. So, Leona, I don't think if you're around that person or rather per se, maybe they're tolerating you. Because why should I constantly walk on eggshells when I'm around you? Yeah, that's how I think or how I see it.
Is it now in romantic relationships?
No, I also think in friendships, And then I'm not sure ka family, but I mean, if we're friends, again, why should I walk on eggshells? Why is it that if something is bothering you, usabulele? Oh, yeah. Why is it that Helen maybe ke boletse something ne and I also rapile osa bulele, and why is it that maybe you're an emotional person too much, and then somehow I'm not aware about it. Or some people are when you touch on certain topics, instead you burst or you shut down, and then I don't know what I did wrong. So every time it's like or I get sure should I or should I not? Yeah.
That's a difficult one there because it sounds like somehow there is people pleasing trends there. Because if you are walking on eggshells when you are with someone that's supposed to be your friend, for example, it means you're just there because now maybe for some weird reason you feel like maybe I must just be here, tolerating and all that. Going back to self-love, if you love yourself, then you're supposed to be at a point where you know what works for you and what doesn't. Because the other part of self-love is being able to can say no without guilt, without even having to explain yourself. You don't always have to explain yourself. If you know it doesn't work for you, you can just say no and not explain it, So if there's trend study people pleasing, you'll just be there because now we said we wanted to be friends and all that. But you see, it doesn't work for you.
Out.
Yes, but then you are not bold enough or you don't love yourself enough to can say no to it, So when you go through the journey of loving yourself and actually learning it until you master it, you'll understand very well that having to say no means that you don't have to feel guilty about it as well.
You have power actually when you can say no.
Exactly, lots of it.
So what you said was being able to express emotions without the fear of rejection, which would be the people-pleasing trend.
Yes.
Okay. Safety as a form of love, we often overlook. So we did touch on it, right? When you said,
bit, yes.
Emotional safety and also mental safety. That is important in all relationships. I think the minute we breach that and I'm not feeling safe, whether as a friend, as a daughter, as a sister, then our relationship
Yes.
because if I can't come to you about matlhoko ake going through or even the things that you did to me or you said to me, then best believe I won't feel safe enough to even tell you about my achievements or my goals or interview because then I'll know that one time I tried to say 1, 2, 3, they shut me down. Now I'm just not gonna say anything.
That is actually heavy because I say a lot in relationships, more so to say you have to be vulnerable with your partner.
For sure.
Because that leads to a bond that's going to be strengthened between people. So now if there's a relationship, whether be it friendship or maybe family-wise, but we are not at that point where we feel comfortable or, like you're saying, safe enough to share our emotions and all that, then it means the love is not loving there.
Okay, consistency as a love language.
Yes.
So, consistency as a love language would be a friend checking in regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when I know that, okay, I'm not saying who's helping also checking, but especially when I know that you're not okay or you just passed through the stage where you weren't okay emotionally and mentally, then I'll constantly check you, you know. It's not only about checking, but also showing up, you know. They don't have money, ne? But because every time maybe you come and you onto so chop, you know, that's you showing up in your own way, right? And you consistently doing that, it's a love or a love language, I don't know how I should put it, that is often overlooked by a lot of people.
It goes along with expectations. Like if I say to you in your example, maybe there's a function go high and all that, then my expectation ke hore maybe utla 5,000 rand or it's America division and all that, and like you are saying at that time a friend ana chelete ne, but then they are able to can come but thusa ka di chopping and all that, but I'm expecting you hore tle ka chelete. I will overlook that. Do you understand? That's how I'll overlook it, to say anta next mara ashu unte moaja, but you don't count the fact that utlile mo ka 5 even before some of the family members. Do you understand? So that is expectations that we have, but it's very important to communicate it. All right. So also as a friend, you can just say, look, I ya who to such a with this and that, but then and do you understand? That's the list that I can do. So because now, let's, in a case where there's love, you need to say, look, thank you so much. You know, it's a love language. They're being consistent and they're showing in the list that they can how they love you. So yeah, expectations di flop in those situations. Yeah.
And then another one is the mentor who keeps guiding you.
Oh, that's me, Lesedi.
Yeah, for sure. I want cool level. I'm like, we'll give you the award. Yeah. Yeah. So you got the fama pantangana.
Yes, please. Can I? How many mentors the works? Look, I love and enjoy that. That's why I say it with passion that I'm passionate about this, because I understand the love that goes with it.
For sure.
All right. Like I was saying, I'm seeing good things to come before he can see them. Do you understand? Because I'm his mentor. So I'm supposed to see things, and it's my duty to show it to him, to say, look, this is where you're going. This is your potential. You know, I know you're passionate about this, and I can see that you can do it. So come on,
Let's
at it,
do it.
you know, and me showing up to say, do it like this. How about this? And then if there's failures and things, how did you fail there? How about you try this? Why did not you? You know, it's the love that comes with mentoring, and it's so good. It feels so good. I don't want to lie. So now, it's important that people don't overlook that as well.
Yeah.
Because now, going back to what we were saying, how love was actually defined to us growing up, or how it was portrayed. You know, it's very easy for you to miss it, to say, how does my mentor love me? Like, it's just a mentor. Do you understand? But in the meantime, they're cheering for you. They're cheering up for you, to say,
picking up that
yes, look, do it, get up, go get your thing. I know you can do it. I can see you're passionate about it. So yeah, for me, that's very important, and I give it the best.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't start or whatever. Based on, because I get you saying you're seeing the vision because you're being a mentor, because of the love and whatever. Ne?
Yes.
So let's say we switch the tables, right? I'm seeing the vision, and I have people close around me, people that I love, but they don't see the vision. And it cuts deep that you believe so much in me, but the people that I live close to, they don't play a vision, or they don't see whatever thing that you do. It's like, like how do you deal with that? Because like it hurts, or whatever. you know, people outside, they see the vision or whatever. You see, even when we got here, they were like, hey, you guys are like company now. Yeah.
Let them to see.
But rolling close to one, it's like, hey, you're not doing anything. How you feel? Or like, it's like, you're in a direction in your life. So how do you deal with...
They know what I say to people that I'm coaching is that your vision is yours. And only you can see it. Don't expect the next person to see what you're about. Do you understand? Because they will not. It's not their vision, it's yours. So it's just for you, what you can do is explain it to them. Whether they get it or not, it's something that you don't have control over. So it's important for you to remind you, it's my dream, it's my passion, it's something that I want to push, not theirs. So it happens a lot of times that they don't understand it. And if they don't, it's okay. You don't have to dwell on that. You've explained what you're doing. You have explained where you're seeing it, where it's going and all that. If they don't see it, if they don't cheer up for you, it's not nice, yes, but then don't expect them to. It's not their dream, but it's yours. I also experienced that with my family as well. When I started doing seminars, they couldn't understand. Okay, you're just calling, you're inviting people, right? I'm like, yeah. So now you still want them to buy tickets for what? Do you understand? Yeah, and my aunt was like, what do you want to do? No, I'm doing seminars and I'm motivating people, teaching people about love, relationships, personal development and all that. She just looked at me and said, good luck.
Wow.
So you could see that she's not getting it. It was overwhelming for me at the beginning because I'm like, why does it feel like I'm doing something weird? Do you understand? Until I learned that your dream is yours, not even your mother's. For that fact, they love you, yeah, but then they will not always see your dream. They will not always see what you're passionate about, So it's unfortunate, but I want you to understand that it's okay. So how you go about it, it's accepting that it's okay, and then you go.
Back to what Lesedi said, in terms of what's that, like saying what's to something, but because of how they reacted before that. So like what's for to tell them the next player or whatever. So how do you also deal with that? Because sometimes it's like I get those people are close to you, and then when you don't tell them something, and then you go about it and do it, and it becomes successful, and they're like, how you didn't tell us? But it's like, no, the first time when I told you this, you said no, it's not gonna work. Whatever. So the second attempt worked out, but I didn't tell you when I went for the second attempt. So how do you also deal with that? I guess?
With the first attempt, communication. So you go back and say, this is how I see you reacted when I said this. What is your thing there? And then you let them explain. No, I don't see it. It's not going to work. Why are you doing that and all that? Then you answer, for me, this is my passion. It's my vision. I want to push it. Sharp. Ne? So with the next attempt, you also say, this is where I'm going and this is what I want to do. All right. But then whether they react in that way or not, it's still up to them. It's something that you cannot control, but prepare yourself for it. Because with our families, unfortunately, if you don't inform them, do you understand? But do share, but prepare yourself, have room for whatever reaction that you're gonna get. We don't have control over how people react, not at all. So prepare yourself and still do your thing. If you believe in it, how it push.
What the mentor who keeps guiding you?
Do it again.
Okay.
No, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Taylor.
Yeah, so that just shows how love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's routine and it's in the small things. The love in friendships, underrated and under celebrated. Either the friends, or the friends who hold your secrets, right? But there's a saying, spirit. The minute the what's I say spirit. Yeah. But unfortunately, I don't think I've experienced friendships where I believed my secrets or ditaba tsaka di sala mo dichomeng tsaka. Somehow I found out Diego Mang Mang, Diego Mang Mang, Diego Mang Mang. And then somehow they said, chom ya ha ubudze. So I think that's also under celebrated, but it's very rare to get friends who value you like that, who love you like that. Because if you say you're my friend or a family member or anyone for that matter, and I tell you something really, really, really confidential, and then you go out of your way and you tell someone else, that means on rate the way you understand.
You are touching on something there that makes me wanna throw a question at our viewers. There's always celebrations of anniversaries, right, in romantic relationships. Why is it that there's no celebration of anniversaries between friends?
I think it's what you were saying, Hore. It's how we were brought up. We were taught to cherish romantic relationships more than platonic relationships. And then I think some people are breaking that cycle, because you can see on TikTok and 10 years of us being friends, and then they went out for lunch or whatever, and they're celebrating their girlhood, and then they even get to celebrate their wins. They celebrate the growth that they went through as individuals and them as friends. Some don't even call themselves friends, but they say they're sisters. I just think
I think it's important that we're talking about this today, the love that we are not talking about, because it's very important. And somehow this becomes very close to my heart, because I want to ask that question to say, why are we not celebrating or having anniversaries of friendships and all that? I'm thinking of my uncle who's had his friend for over 35 years now. Already ke malome. When there's family meetings, he's there. We don't see him as our uncle's friend anymore. He's already my uncle. Family. Do you understand? They've been together for that long, over 35 years now. I'm not sure exactly how long, but I know it's over 35 years. And there's the love, I feel the love. I feel like my dad is here, literally. So there is that love that's there. And I would pick up a call. If my 6 months get someone and all that, I'll just pick up a call and call him. And I just wanted to say hi. And I did that the one time. I think it was over a year, some morning. And then after my call, like literally 5 minutes later, he called to say, thank you, Motlohol, for the phone call. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. This is actually something that you're wanting us to talk about today. There's so much love out there. It's just important that people don't overlook it.
For sure.
Because it brings a lot of sentiments in our life that we sadly missing, because we focusing on this romantic love that's supposed to be there all the time, where one is actually feeling incomplete if they don't have it.
And you can focus on this romantic love and then overlook the hurry, like maloma how, like for 35 years I working and then do they get to tell each other how, like, or you've never witnessed that? Because I know some people, they do it, right? No, they
don't say it. And I don't know if Babutanor or what, but when I'm around the both of them, I feel the love. Yes. So even with the wives, when when I'm around the both of them, I feel the love. So it's basically family. They're just acting like family. So
okay, wow.
Most.
Hello. Wow. Oh, and the question you asked, I actually wrote it down.
Is it?
Why do we celebrate anniversaries but not friendships that lasted 10 plus years?
Because that's someone who has been with you through everything. They've seen the hardships, they've celebrated your wins with you, you know, and you've shared things with them, like you're saying, and they kept it, you know. So the fact that they've been there for that long, why not celebrate it? It's very important.
Celebrate your friends. The love that corrects you. Mentors who challenge you. Friends who discipline out of protection.
Yes.
Friends who call you out gently, and growth orientated love versus comfortable love. Is there comfortable love? Anything comfortable love?
Yes.
Have you heard of it? Or
yes.
Have you experienced it?
Yeah, there is comfortable love. Comfortable love is when you are able to can be you around someone without having to put up a face or even pretending that you're okay even if you're not, or maybe like you said, not being able to share your dreams and all that with them. You know, that's where you know that something is wrong. Like you said, walking on eggshells.
And then growth-orientated love.
Yes. When somebody calls you off, you know, when you're doing something wrong, that's a true friend. And they also need to be celebrated.
For sure.
Because Baba ngotla botsa, o tla te bona.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But a true friend who loves you, they'll come and say, friend, I think we're flop. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Because some friends or some people come kobelang, they don't call you out. Come like no, they should work on that. Love isn't always soft. It's sometimes accountable. The mentors who guide you, the friends who call you out, And then self-love, which you spoke about, which is the quiet foundation, right? I think self-love should be the foundation to any other love that will form. After so it's something about self-love and then even all the other loves. So
friends,
family. Because it's the foundation. Keeping promises to yourself. I think when you said self-affirmations, self-affirmations can also fall in a way of keeping promises to yourself. So when you reassure yourself, then you won't need the validation from the outside world or from romantic relationships.
And also that one is very important, because for me is if you are able to can keep a promise to yourself, then it means you are grounded already. Like for example, if you know nako e itseng ke ya ka ya meditation or journaling, or you know, just cell phone off and all, they're just spending time with myself, and you are able to can do that without being on social media. That is a promise that you've kept said to yourself. Then you're able to can keep it. And also if you are on a phone, for example, with a friend for an hour or so, you need to be able to can say, look friend, I have to go. There's something important that I have to attend to. That is now self-love. That's where you're grounded, where you understand you and you know all the promises that you have made to yourself, and you are just practically keeping them.
Okay, setting boundaries. It goes back to what you said when you said we need to be able to say no without feeling guilty.
Exactly.
Not abandoning your needs to be accepted. And healing as an act of love. I don't know what to say about the last one because that one cuts deep, you know.
It does.
I think Kale, there was a movie, I can't remember. I think it was Tyler Perry. Where this woman, Helen, was abused by Munahai, and then Munahai and Alam Sadi Omwe and Alma Twinsy. Do you know it? And then when Helen Abua that time, Okrohore Munahai Upagili Diaparot Hai. And then the husband kicks her out. Or
Okay.
so it's like she in the movie, she says that she gave her best years of her life to that man, only for him to betray her one time. So ebe haya go mama haya motswadi yo monna nkirele so 1 2 3 1 2 3 bona mama eblana o boile ko old age home ke onna le nna ebe mola are you need to forgive him. Not for yena, but for wena, so that you can be okay.
Yes.
So when you're young or when you don't understand the significance of it, like it's like, okay, forgive for yena or for nna, like it doesn't make sense.
That is very important, and the most important part of it is to accept when you are not okay and be able to can say it that at this point I'm not okay, instead of putting up a front to say I'm good even if you're not. You know, so it's important to accept and be able to can say it, I'm not okay at this point. Then that's also a big part of the healing process,
which is a form of love.
Yes, self-love. Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, no, we're giving the tease. Okay. The love that doesn't go on social media. The unseen support, right? Or e.g. that one, dichomi, right? Private encouragement when you're going through a hard time, or even on a random day, maybe a stranger and I was like, yo, you're so strong, and then maybe in that moment you felt like, yo, the financial sacrifice. I don't know how that it's an but yeah, and then emotional labor or emotional safety.
Okay, those are part of self-love as well. Yes,
Mm.
like I said, identify you and be grounded at it, and make sure that you do promise to yourself and keep it.
Okay. Now we're at the end. Before we wrap it up, we're gonna play a game.
Oh, okay.
Release it or retain it.
Okay.
No? You feel unloved because you're single, even though you have supportive friends and family.
Retain.
Release or retain?
Retain.
Retain. What's the question?
You feel unloved because you are single, even though you have supportive friends and family.
No, release. I get it when you release.
Yeah, no.
No, that's a habit that you need to release, because now you have to appreciate the fact that you have family and friends that love you, and you don't have to feel like you are unloved because you're not in a relationship. So, yeah.
Someone is consistent, kind, and safe, but you call it boring because there's no chaos or butterflies.
That you have to release.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a habit. Yeah. You feel guilty for choosing yourself over a relationship that drains you.
That you must release. Yes.
Yeah. A mentor corrects you and challenges you, and you mistake it for criticism instead of care.
Release.
You ignore red flags because the chemistry feels intense.
Release.
I'll show
No, the thing is, when I'm in my mind, I'm thinking of the previous one.
No.
I'm thinking of it.
Oh.
That was the first time in the show,
But I warned you that you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
When? Last week?
Yeah. Yes.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
But I did say that you guys are gonna get it today, so prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Your mentor is gonna come for you.
Piece by piece.
It's criticism that you need to actually take and let it or allow it to make you grow. Yes.
Yeah. You constantly abandon your own needs to keep peace in a relationship. Release. You compare your love life to social media couples and feel behind.
Release.
And that is it.
Wow, awesomeness.
Alrighty then, we're at the end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Until next time. Bye bye.
And out.